All right, we got Tundra today. All right, welcome to another Age of Mythology 1v1. Check out these sweet caribou. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have Tyke Myson playing as Zeus. He'll be the color blue for today's match. That's a lot of goats. Nice, sweet find. Hasn't really been scouting yet, but he's focusing on food. Tyke Myson, good name. On the other side, we have a Thor player named Kaiser. He started building his dwarven armory pretty early. I believe that's a Thor exclusive building, but he wants it done now. Nothing wrong with that. Let's take a look at some of the relics around the map. In the top corner by red, we have Ullr's bow, which increases the range and line of sight of ranged soldiers. Wow, that's really good. Range by 1. That can be really helpful. Over on the left corner, we have Dwarven Horseshoes, improves cavalry speed by 5%. Alright, it's not too bad. Could be good if you're doing early game raiding. Heroes regain hit points by fighting units. Wow, another good one, lifesteal on your heroes. Right? That was just heroes? Yeah. A pair of pigs will appear, so that's a shit relic. Well, 3 out of the 4 relics were pretty good today. We'll watch this early game play out. So with the newest update, I don't know if anyone knows, but villagers take longer to create, which increases the length of time in the booming phase. So it's going to take longer for people to boom. Because they did this on purpose because they wanted defense to be more of a strategy. They boosted the strength of towers and fortresses, so then they can better help defend against units. Because before they were pretty useless, you know. You built a tower somewhere. I mean, it just got destroyed by like 5 infantry. Pretty easy. Now they want to make it harder to take out fortresses, so you're more encouraged to, when expanding, to build some towers. People already build fortresses because fortresses are still pretty strong, but now they're even stronger. Fortresses and towers are now way stronger. They're more resistant to the hack damage, so it's going to take longer to take them out. Also, they increase siege damage for that very reason. So they want siege to become more of a gameplay mechanic that you have to contend with. Look at all the caribou by Red's base. I don't like it. I don't like seeing players do this because it's the food that you're not gathering is going away over time. That one's being gathered, but like this one right here, not being gathered. It's slowly losing food. Very slowly. I mean, this is much safer. And you don't have to build a ox cart to gather them. We got a temple up next to the armory. And the temple means aging up is happening. Blue about to reach age 2. This Minotaur comes out. So Zeus. So we're going to see some hoplite, right? He should build a military barracks here soon and start building hoplite. But with the new update, maybe he doesn't want to, because hoplite are going to do less damage to like towers and buildings. Got the weapons being upgraded. Red are also reaching H2. Protecting his wood line with the troll and the Herser. He's even got some dwarves over here. Interesting. He is Thor. They're only slightly slower than the villagers. Not by much. They're great at gathering gold. It's not much of a difference. Dwarves coming out. So Thor wants to trying to build a dwarf economy is what he's doing. Okay, we got the Minotaur coming in for early game attack. Red already building a second town center with his Hersers. Got the Minotaur coming in attacking some dwarves. That's not going to be enough to take any out. There we go. Distracted Red for a little bit, but nothing he couldn't handle. We got Heracles coming out for the relic. Oh, he wants that one. Heroes regain life when fighting. Did he already pick up the pig relic? It looked like he might have. Yeah, he did. Now he's got a couple pigs at his temple that'll slowly fatten up. That is just such a bad relic. I'd rather have monkeys so they can fight. But having two pigs that fatten up slowly over time, I don't know. He's grabbing the other relic. Tyke Mycin is a relic man. Improved cavalry speed. Only relic left. Increases the attack of ranged units up at the top for Red. Let's see if he ever goes for it. He's just focusing on booming at the moment. He's got 2 town centers. He's not building a military. An interesting way to build a wall. That way enemies have to go right under the town center to make it into his base. Good way to defend it. Upgrades coming out for Red like crazy. He's really starting to build. Dwarves, dwarves, dwarves. Dwarves gathering food, gathering gold. But he's only got 1 gold this match, so he's going to need to expand soon. That sucker's down in 1 second. Now where are you going to go? He has a small military. He could take this gold mine and take this town center. Let's see what he sees. He knows it exists. This is actually kind of dangerous with these low health dwarves here. Market coming out, maybe he wants to sell some resources. All right, with a few berserkers, some Hersers, and some throwing axemen, he might be ready to start taking on the enemy. This isn't a game-ending army, though. I'd say this is good for taking out the opponent's second town center if he had one, which he doesn't know, and he doesn't. Blue does not have a second town center yet. Already made it to heroic age. Good for him. I think this makes his Herser stronger.
Yo.
Halfdanner Ragnar's son. All right, now he starts building his second town center. Good for protecting this one. I like his build, the way he built his buildings. He's using them like walls. He's actually building walls too. So he could have built a wall right here. That way he could take control of these, both of these gold mines. Built some walls right here, make them stone walls. But he's building up his production in the middle. And now the Thor player is boomed up to age 3. Red with 3 town centers, blue just barely finishing his second one. Red has a 50% more larger economy than blue. So red will slowly start winning this game. He's going to have more resources, which means more bigger military. Look at how many throwing axemen he's building. They're all coming out. He upgraded his berserkers to heavy berserkers. It also looks like it increased the Herser damage. He built a hill fort in the middle. This will protect the gold. That's a good spot for it. Right outside Blue's base. Blue probably doesn't even know about this. Nope. Blue's playing his own game. He built a fortress of his own. He doesn't have any military. He has this right here. He could easily get run over. But he does have a fortress up, so it might make this a little bit tougher. If red came in from this side and just went straight for the town center, or maybe went this side and went for the temple first, it'd spell trouble for blue. He has a lot of throwing axemen. I mean, it's hack damage rather than piercing, which is better. Not piercing. Hack damage is better than piercing, in my opinion. Less things are resistant to it. That is the 4th town center for red. Not leaving any room for blue to expand. But blue's been operating too slowly. It took him forever to get that second town center, and now he's losing heavily economically. Red almost revealing himself to blue. If Red knew about this, blue would be in trouble. Here we go. Fortress has been revealed. Oh, he takes out the building really quickly. He doesn't know if he should fight. Probably not under the fortress, but he's going to try it anyways. Look at these throwing axemen just melting through the units. Anything they get close to just starts melting. Blue tried to use a restoration to keep his army alive longer, but I don't think it's going to last. Blue's army gets crushed. Red losing his units slowly to the archer or to the defenses over time. This is where I'd back out, Red. All you have are throwing axemen. He's gonna stay in. There he goes. Oh, and he's got lots. More throwing axemen here. Now this is a large mass. If this came in from the left side, he could probably take on the town center. Another hill fort to protect and another gold mine. Good placement for sure. He's keeping blue locked into his base. He starts building berserkers. Blue's slowly massing up units of his own. Some his hospice to take out the infantry. As well as Toxitates, also for the infantry. Red found a gold mine of blues. Comes in, takes out all the villagers. That's it. You can't micro them out, blue. Nice try. That's going to hurt blue's economy. That was a good 6 to 8 villagers. Lightning storm is here. That's an H4 god power by Zeus. Dang, just destroying anything. But does not look like it was enough hospice. This is a bad fight for red to be under. Or blue, I mean. He doesn't want to be under the hill fort. Toxitates. He had a little reserve of Toxitates. Blue coming in with reinforcements. Taking out the temple or fortress as quickly as possible. They still go down really quickly to hack damage. He destroys the fortress. Backs up. I think that would be the time to go in, but he's going to mass up more units. He knows he has a larger economy than blue. He's already reached 100 villagers. Blue's stuck at 64. Look at the army difference, or no, the population difference. Red has 100 units more than blue. That includes civilians and the military. Another hill fort. Just inching his way closer to the town center. Yeah, this is gonna get crushed if you stay here, Blue. Thor using the frosts to freeze the enemy buildings and army. He's going straight for the town center. Another crushing blow. Fimbulwinter coming out under Blue's town centers. That's going to allow the wolves to destroy any villagers caught by the town center. Red building his own town center in the middle of Blue's base. Make sure you can't take it back again. Starts going in. He found this town center using Fimbulwinter, so he knows it exists and he's coming in to take it out. Completely stopping Blue's economy. A lowly Zeus strike comes out. Alright, so Blue managed to win the fight over here, but he's got a town center in his base. Red starts building a town center in this old spot. And it goes down to the villagers, hilariously enough. Yeah, Toxitates were not enough. These are medium Toxitates against heavy throwing axemen, so Red's got the upgrade advantage. That's it. Blew down to 27 population. He had nothing left. Thor just ran him down. He was better at the start of the game. He just kept pushing. Oh, look at that. Not even close. Blue never really had a strong enough military to contend against Red. Red was always on top of the military. Managed to get all the resources. He had a much bigger economy. See civilian units. They both reached age 2, but once Red got that second town center, look at how it increased, how much of an advantage he has, and then he had more town centers and more town centers, and this just increased his advantage over time. He had pretty much twice the economy of Blue. This is obvious. This is just Red the entire time. Anyways, a good fight. I appreciate any like and subscribe, and above all else though, have a good day. See you later.